Hi everyone, Ann Fearball here with form number 2, and this week I'm going to talk about just-in-time teaching for my learning theory. However, this is more of a learning strategy, and just-in-time teaching, what it is sometimes you know it as JiTT, but it's kind of like a feedback loop. So what it is it encourages using the classroom time as like the optimal teaching time, and how they do that is they encourage the students to do outside of work beforehand and then offer feedback to the instructor, and that way the instructor can go in and fine-tune the lesson according to what the students really need so that the engagement is really high when the class does meet. So it really kind of started the feedback loop per se in teaching. So how does it fit in education today? So according to chapter 6 in Simonison, JiTT learning is a phrase most often used by trainers in corporate America and not in the educational university sense. So they say that's because skills change frequently in corporate world, and online modules with JiTT strategy allow for more easy accessibility and upskilling. So with that being said, I'm actually going to take the corporate approach when I give my practical application and target audience and pros and cons list, because I work at Capital One and we saw this with Capital One in our learning environment. So we have a traditional learning environment. It's called Capital One University. You could take any class there. It could be in person, it could be online, it could be blended, and but they're a little bit more traditional type of settings where it's instructor led, and when the class is made, it's kind of made for like 2 years and there isn't a lot of change in that course. Capital One realized they needed something that was a lot more quick with upskilling because of our whole tech demand. So what came out of that is called Tech College, and they realized they have all this talent in the technology world, and how can they capitalize on that talent, use that SME knowledge to create these quick classes that will upskill. We have from coding to programming to soft skills and leadership skills. So the pros to all this was supply and demand, right? Our target audience was, hey, we need these skills and we need them now, and our training world just couldn't adjust to that speed. So this tech college thing grew out of it to create more of a organic environment, and what it is these paths that kind of branch out and people could pick a path to go on, and then it's like a community of learners, and it's a continuous feedback loop. And someone will say, hey, I would like to learn about this, and someone that's in this community could be like, well, I know some about this. I could do this piece, because some of the classes are 5 minutes long, some are 2 hours long, and it's this huge organic environment. So the pros is the supply and demand and be able to meet with that upskilling. The cons is lack of assessment. Anyone can say, hey, I'll teach you this, and there's not really anything going back and assessing to make sure what they taught was A, accurate, B, what the learner really intended to learn. So that talks in chapter 21 of Spectre, in the book Spectre, about every strategy should have a assessment plan as part of it. So I'm really over time. Thank you so much for listening with my talk on just-in-time teaching. Thanks.